Imran Khan wanted revolt in the army to remove General Bajwa? Was senior leader Shah Mehmood Qureshi a part of this entire alleged conspiracy? You remember that purported letter that Imran Khan was holding out, and he claimed that that letter proves US interference in Pak affairs. Is that letter fake? Is Pakistan's lettergate a political ploy, or this is a real threat? Now, Imran Khan had first spoken of this threatening letter at a rally of his supporters. This was on March the 27th in Islamabad. The entire contents of this letter haven't been made public, but it contains a message purportedly received by a Pak diplomat in Washington from Donald Lu. Now, he is the US Assistant Secretary of State. The information in public domain is this, that Lu had warned the diplomat Asad Majid of consequences for Pakistan in case Imran Khan survives this no-confidence motion. So the question now being asked of Imran Khan is, why did he wait so long? Why did he not speak of this earlier? Why did he not create a ruckus about this? Why did he not, take up this entire issue with the US through diplomatic channels? And why did Imran Khan make this political? Why did he do this? If you also look at the role of the army here, that's extremely important, because the army here has tried to contain the fallout. How will this issue really play out in the days to come is still not clear. But what could happen in the Supreme Court will also be important to see. In the meantime, you have Imran Khan's very close aide. His name is Aamir Liaquat. He's come out all guns blazing against Imran, and he's raising questions on the authenticity of the letter. He says there is no such letter. This is fake. He says Imran Khan has engineered this entire crisis. He is the puppeteer here. But there is more bad news for Imran Khan. What happened in the court? Now, the Supreme Court met for the third time on Wednesday. It now says that it wants to see what this conspiracy was that was used to dissolve the National Assembly. It wants to see all the records. President Alvi, on the other hand, now has written to the Election Commission, and he's asking them to propose dates for the elections. Shehbaz Sharif, who's appointed as the Prime Minister by the opposition now, has written to the President, and he says that they reject Justice Gulzar as the caretaker Prime Minister. So is Imran Khan just losing the plot? Is there further chaos expected in this already rogue state? What could the court say and do? What are the possible scenarios? Scenario number one, the court could say, listen, this is not our business. We have nothing to do with this. The court could decide that the National Assembly alone is responsible for its own rules, for its regulations, and the refusal of the Deputy Speaker here to hold a vote is a matter for lawmakers to settle. And the Deputy Speaker again is a Imran Khan loyalist. The second scenario, that the Deputy Speaker acted illegally. This is what the court could opine. In that case, the ruling would effectively nullify the subsequent decision then to dissolve the parliament. So lawmakers could be ordered to reconvene, and Imran Khan then would almost certainly be booted out of office because he doesn't have the numbers. The third scenario, the court could say that, listen, the Deputy Speaker acted legally. He was within his rights. Now, if the court rules that nothing untoward happened, it seems likely that all the subsequent actions would also then stand, and Pakistan would be going to polls in the next 90 days, as Imran Khan has said. But the bitterness that we have seen that this entire issue has unearthed clearly tells you that the country is looking at more political uncertainty. It's going to be a very difficult time. Past elections, they've been violent, they've been messy, and a campaign season just beginning during the fasting month of Ramzan and continuing through the hottest period of the year will fray nerves and raise tensions. There is no doubt about that. The stakes also, friends, have been raised by Imran Khan's anti-US rhetoric, which is a potential flashpoint during political rallies. The fourth scenario, the court could say that no appeals against our decision. The Supreme Court It has received a slew of petitions, also countersuits on the entire saga, on the entire sequence of events. But what has the court said? The court said that it was taking this case suo motu, meaning on its own account, on its own volition. The Supreme Court is ostensibly independent. But a lot of rights activists say that previous benches have been used by the civilian, by the military administrations to do their bidding. And this has happened throughout Pakistan's history, is their allegation. And what is also a fact is that no ruling here will be able to please all parties. But as the highest court in the land, it would also be responsible for hearing any possible appeals against its very own ruling. But that seems unlikely. And a clear, a definitive decision would likely then see a return to status quo and guaranteed another round of political squabbling. And by law here, an election must be held before the October of 2023. But what will happen in Pakistan in the days and the months to come? A lot now depends on what the Supreme Court says. Will we hear a clear, definitive order on Thursday? Or will this matter be delayed further? The opposition says that more the delay, more the chaos. But what is Imran Khan thinking? What could be his next move? What about the role of the army here? Is everything not good between Imran Khan and the army? And if it is not good, if it is bad, how bad is it? I think a lot of those questions are extremely important. And what happens in Pakistan, remember, it's not just the world watching, New Delhi watching this entire sequence of events very closely. And in the days to come, depending on how the situation evolves, we will also here at the News You Don't Get help you understand and decode the possible implications of this total chaos, of this political circus right now in Pakistan. Again, a quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe to the News You Don't Get. Also press the like button, share this video with more of your friends, your colleagues. In the comments section below, let me know what you think of what's happening in Pakistan right now. And what are the other issues you would want us to discuss and decode here? For the moment, thank you for watching.